You're muted.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about creating a system and using that to your benefit through your business, because that's something that I failed at in the beginning. Is I didn't have a system, and I still didn't have one until recently, and so that kind of set me back because I wasn't organized and I didn't have a plan every single day to move my business forward. So I posted some trackers in the Too Ambitious to Quit. If you go to photos at the top and then you go to albums, or if you're on a cell phone, you can go to, there's a tab on there, and then it will take you to like the files, and there's also a tab in there that says photos, and you can access all the photos through there. So there's a couple of trackers that I posted in there for you guys to use, and those things are to be used daily. So those daily trackers are for you to look at and start writing stuff down on them. So when it says add 3 friends, check that off or write in those 3 friends. And then at the end of the day, you have this tracker and you know what you got done and what you haven't got done. And to help you stay accountable, it would be really awesome if everyone posted their accountability tracker into our team, because that is how we hold each other accountable and we see what we're doing every single day. Just like I'm sure that you guys want to see what I do every single day so that you know what to do. So when you're posting that stuff, if you know, your coaches are going to see that and they're going to be inspired by you and know that you're doing these things daily, so they should too. Or just like if I am doing my workout in my challenge group, then my challengers are going to do their workout more than likely because they're seeing me lead by example. So figure out a tracker for you, and I'm in the process of creating my own tracker because I do things differently than some other people might do. I do different things on a daily basis that other people may not do in this business. So I'm in the process of creating my own tracker, but don't think that you have to do that because there are so many trackers out there. If you type in on Google Beachbody daily tracker, I promise you there's going to be a ton that show up on there. So make sure that you find a tracker that works for you. And if you are just starting, you're a new coach, then there's so many trackers that keep it so simple. And I'm going to be posting tomorrow about a power hour and the power of 3, which plays into the power hour. These are daily tasks that you should be doing and you can get done in an hour, and it lays it all out for you. And it's very simple. It's very easy task, like adding 3 friends. That's super simple. It takes probably 5 seconds for me to add 3 friends on Facebook, but you need to be connecting with those people. You need to be inviting people, and we are all busy. Some of us have jobs, some of us are stay-at-home moms. Whatever it is, we all get busy. And then when we don't have a goal in mind for the day, we don't have a plan for the day telling us exactly what we need to do, we can get off track very easy. And then that's when we get stressed, and that's when we want to quit because we're not following a plan. We don't have everything laid out for us, and we start to think about all these things that we need to get done instead of just having them in front of us and checking them off and knowing that, okay, once I get done with this, I can move on to this. So setting a timer is amazing because then you know I have 15 minutes to get this done. And if I don't get it done in those 15 minutes, then I just have to move on and move to do the next thing. And that will have to be put off until tomorrow. And then it needs to be added to tomorrow's to-do list. So don't get caught up in, getting overwhelmed and thinking that you can't do this because you're limited on time. It works for everyone's schedule, no matter how busy you are. You just have to learn how to cope with that busyness and how to plan it into your schedule and make time for it. So if you can only work in 10-minute increments, then you got to figure out what you can do in those 10 minutes, have a plan ready so that you can be prepared for it and get as much down in that 10 minutes as you possibly can. So it's going to take some focus if you're breaking up in 10-minute increments, but you can focus and you can get stuff done. So if you have an hour to do something in the morning before you go to work, get up a little bit earlier, whatever you have to do, and get your stuff done in that hour. That's why I'm posting that power hour tomorrow, so you guys know exactly what you should be doing. So another thing that I want you to just remember is that we are all here to help you. and you have so many tools at your fingertips. You have Coach Basics, which you should be completing. If you haven't completed that, get that done. That is the basics to this business. If you lean on those things and you focus on those things that are in Coach Basics, your business is going to grow. But it takes you putting those basics into action daily. It doesn't just, you can't put them into action for 1 week and expect everything to fall into place. It takes consistency. It takes you showing up with those basics every single day. And once you're done with all of your basics for the day, then you can do the extra stuff that you want to do. If, like, just like me, I'm not creating the system. That's why it's taking me a while to create my own tracker, because I'm not focusing on it until everything else is done for the day. So if I don't have time at the end of the day to focus on recreating a tracker, then I'm not going to do it. But if I do have extra time because I got everything else done, then I will focus my time on it, because I do think it will be beneficial. But you have to focus on those basics first and then focus on the extras. Our team calls, they are so important, but you have to mark them on your calendar. You have to be, willing to sacrifice some things to show up to these team calls, because they're important, because you're learning, you're growing from other people and having that community of support. So mark them on your calendar and make sure that your family knows, like, this is the time I have to show up to my team call. I have to be there. This is part of my business. It's part of growing it. It's just like if you work for anyone else, if they tell you have to be at work at 6 a.m., that's when you have to be at work. There is no, you can't miss it. So mark that time off on your calendar. Make it a priority, just like your workouts, your Shakeology. All of that should be a priority to you, and it should be marked off on a calendar. So if you don't already, get a planner or use Google Calendars and start creating a plan every single day. At 7 o'clock, this is what time I get up and I work out, and that's your dedicated time to do that. Mark off family time, because it is important for your business, but if you're not marking it off, it's probably not going to happen. Like, if you're not marking time off during your day for family time, it's not going to happen. So make sure that you're doing that, and you're doing this weekly. You don't need to plan out an entire month of things you got to do. Just plan out each week. Sit down on Sunday night and plan it out. And then just like your social media posts, if you are a busy person, sit down Sunday or whenever you have, like, if you have Wednesdays off, sit down on Wednesday and, create some post for the week, engaging posts, jot down some ideas and put together a post so that you can have it ready. And if you're at work and you can just sneak in the bathroom and post that real fast, or whatever you have to do to make it work. But everyone can do this. There are so many full-time people that work other jobs that make this work. So I believe in you, and I know that you can do it as well. It's just taking that time to plan and prep. And it does take time, but when you do it, it makes everything else fall into place more consistently and easier. So let's see. Don't forget about the health bet that's coming up on September 5th. I'm making everyone have their orders in by August 29th so that they have time to get their program and their Shakeology. And make sure that they know you have to do 3 workouts, including yourself. Make sure you know this. You have to do 3 workouts every week, and you must log them with a photo. So they have to have a photo with them. Doesn't have to be a photo of you, but it has to be a photo. Also, you have to log 5 Shakeologies a week. So with a photo of your Shakeology or whatever, has to be 5 Shakeologies a week for 4 weeks during September 5th to October 2nd. So that should be easy for all of us. We are coaches. We should be leading by example anyway. So you should already be doing 7 Shakeologies a week, and you should be logging those already in the Challenge Tracker app. That should be plain and simple for you. You should have a piece, a part of that pot, because you should be doing that anyway, because you are the coach and you are the one that has to lead by example for your challengers and your coaches. And then your challengers, if they're already in a Challenge Tracker app, if you want to just keep them going, that's totally fine. They can just keep going in their they're already set up challenge group. Or if you want to run one just for the health bet, you can do that too. Get, who wants to be a part of this health bet into your challenge group now, and then whoever commits to it, put them in your new challenge group for the health bet, and then add anyone else. But they have to have a workout program from Beachbody, and they must have Shakeology, and I'm making sure that they have a 30-day supply. So if they already have Shakeology, then that's fine, but make sure that they have a 30-day supply of it, because if they run out, then they don't get a piece of the pot. So make sure that they have everything they need to be successful in this, and then it's up to them. Remind them that they can set a timer on the app saying, remind me at 5 o'clock to log my workout in Shakeology. You can set it up for any time during the day. So remind them of that so that they can, they have that extra tool to help them remember. And then just get excited about it for them. They're getting cash. They're getting cash to get healthy. Beachbody believes in them enough that they are willing to hand out cash to whoever commits to this. And there's going to be people, even though they're getting cash, they're getting money, they're not going to commit to it. So it's awesome for them. It's literally an incentive for them to just be healthy for 4 weeks. Anyone can do that. We do that every single day. So make sure you're showing up in it. Make sure that you're promoting that on your social media page. I made an event for it. I shared that with you guys. I would make an event for it. I made an event for the live webinar for coaching. And if you don't know what that is, that webinar is for you to invite people that you have talked to about coaching or that are interested in coaching, and invite them to this live webinar that Ruth from Juvo, that she hosts. And it's literally an hour-long call, just like this one, that talks about the coach opportunity and what it involves and how they can get started. And it deals with objections. So if they're worried about not having time, or if they're worried about, that they're not a salesperson, or whatever their concerns or questions may be, they can hop on this live webinar and get all the information that they need. So this is a huge incentive for you. It's huge for you to grow your business. Invite people to this live webinar. I made an event. I like doing that. I posted that in our team page today of how to do that exactly. Literally everything I posted on that event. So use those tools I'm giving you. Make an event and start inviting people that you've already invited to the coach opportunity, or someone that you might think is, would be an amazing coach. And if you haven't talked to them already, make sure that you send them a message and just be like, hey, I don't know if you saw, but I invited you to the Coach Live webinar, what is coaching live webinar that my team is hosting on the 25th. I just wanted to be sure that you've seen it, because I think that you would make an amazing coach, because, they're already into fitness, or whatever qualities you see in them as a coach, and just tell them that. Be real with them. And then when they reply, be like, okay, great, here's the link. Hop on at 8 o'clock. I'll remind you on the 25th that it will be at 8 o'clock. So you can't send them the link though until they say that they want in. So don't post the link to the Zoom call on your event page, or don't just send it out. You need to make sure that they want to be there, because we're not salespeople. We're not here to add people to groups and then that don't want to be in there. We are here to talk to them and make sure that they know that they want to be in there. And then once they get on the webinar that night, make sure that you just message them and say, hey, I'm so glad that you made it on that webinar. What did you think? Did you have any further questions that didn't get answered tonight? And just talk to them and share with them, if they have questions, tell them, this is what I believe. And you don't have to be an expert. No one is. We all have different views of coaching and what it's done for our lives. So just share that with them. That should be all. Don't forget about all the challenge packs that are on sale. And yeah, that should be it. So I hope you guys have an amazing evening. And if you have any questions about the Health Bet or live webinar, make sure that you post them into Ambitious to Quit so that I can answer them. Be on the team call next Thursday, and then Tuesday we have a call in Juvo. So Tuesdays and Thursdays we have a call at 8 Central every week. So have a great night, guys.